So this is bound to be a very interesting session because I am recording myself and I'm going to be recording myself, essentially. So we're going to look at how to use meetings within Microsoft Teams and specifically how to record those meetings. There are a few ways to start a video conferencing meeting within Teams. Essentially, Skype for Business is built into Teams. Teams is a hub for everything Microsoft Office and Office 365, and Skype is a piece of that. So there's a few different ways to do this, but since we're specifically looking at how to use this instructionally within a class team, we're pretty much going to stick to this one right here. So I can reply to somebody's post and start right there with Meet Now, or I can start a brand new conversation saying I know lectures are kind of a dirty word in education today, but we could say today's lecture, and I can click right here for Meet Now. It asks for permission to use my microphone and camera because I'm using the browser version of Teams. Right. And now I do have the ability to literally, oh, that's an awful picture, to literally meet now or to actually schedule a meeting for later. Okay, if I meet now, then it starts right now. And I can turn my camera on or off. I can also mute myself. Not much point in doing that if I'm trying to record instructional materials. And I can share my screen, which we'll show you a little more of in a little bit. And here's just some other options. I do recommend that as much as possible, if you're doing distance learning or remote learning, like is very, very popular kind of nationwide right now, that you do try and do these live. Definitely record, but as much as possible, do it live. So if I kind of go back into my team itself, notice that the video window kind of gets minimized here, but this now appears in my team. So if I've announced to my students that, hey, I'm going to do a live lecture tomorrow at 10 a.m., join me if you can, they can come in here and they can click join. And what that gives them the ability to do is you have a chat or conversation piece over here. So even if you keep all students muted, which you can leave this little sidebar up and get their questions, get their feedback, and be able to answer them live. And if they can't attend that part, well, that's where the recording piece comes in. So when we're all done recording, it will actually be saved to the stream as well. So if this was not going to one particular class, or even if it was going to a class, but you also wanted to maybe invite some other people, like maybe you have some coworkers who don't know how to use this product and you want to invite them so they can see how it goes, you can click on the little people's icon and shows your participants, and you can invite additional people here, or you can even get a join code, a link to share with them, so they can click on that link and it will open Teams for them, and online or on the desktop app, either way, and they can join that way. So conversation opens and closes, showing participants opens and closes. Once we're recording here, that's pretty much all you need that button for the most part. But then sharing your screen is another useful option. So I can choose to share my entire desktop or just a specific window there. Or if I choose, notice PowerPoint gets its own section here. So these are just PowerPoints that I have opened recently. Difference between if I open PowerPoint on my desktop and choose to share my screen, so everybody sees me going through that PowerPoint. If I choose to share a PowerPoint, they actually get to open that PowerPoint on their own device, and they can scroll through all the screens on their own. And if they get to a different screen than I'm on, then there'll be a little button at the top saying return to the presenter's screen. So if I'm on screen slide number 3 and they've moved to screen 8, they can always click back up here and get back to where I am. So if you choose to share a PowerPoint, you are going to have that appear inside of Teams within this window right here, right up to here, but you'll still see the rest of Teams, and you'll even be able to click out here and see the comments bar on the side. So you can see your PowerPoint, they can see your PowerPoint, but you can still see everything else in Teams the way they will inside of this box, versus if I share my whole desktop, then Teams kind of goes away and I'm just looking at PowerPoint, I'm just showing PowerPoint, and then I lose the feature of the sidebar conversation. Whiteboard is another cool feature here. We can open a whiteboard and I can draw on it, but Microsoft Whiteboard is collaborative, so you can share that link to students so that they can actually mark and add text and things to the whiteboard while you're presenting as well. All right, so we are recording. We've been recording for about 4 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. So click on my dots there. It warns me that we're stopping the recording, right? And it tells me that it's being saved. It's saved in Microsoft Stream. So if you're watching these tutorials in order, Stream was the last one we did. And this is why. So you'd be familiar with Teams when we got here. Right. And at this point, I can also hang up and end the meeting. And here is where you were able to join, and right now the join has gone away and it's processing in Stream, so that will be replaced by a button where you can click to view the recording in Stream. So because I did this live, any students who were available could take part in the conversation, make it two-way a little bit, and after the fact, anybody who wasn't able to join, or the students who were able to join that want to go back and listen or watch again, can see it right here. Now they can also go directly into Stream and click on my content, and I have a meetings section right here. So when I go into these meetings, just like absolutely any other video in Stream, I can click to go into it and I can then assign it to a class. So if I recorded this with one class and then want to share it with another class, I can just search for that group and add it to that group as well. If you did not start this the way that we did within a channel in Teams, within a group in Teams, then you can come in here and find that group and add it that way. Right, so all of the regular functionality of Stream that we covered in the last tutorial is true for ones that are in the meeting tabs as well. So this is one place that it goes to, and the other, because we started it within this team, it will also reside right here. You can also, from within Teams, get a link to that. So if I choose to share it, I can copy that link, and based on the sharing settings that you have here, you can share it beyond your team that way as well. Remember that Stream only allows you to share within your organization at the most. In this case, because this was recorded in this team, it is only viewable to the group that is connected to that team. So I wouldn't be able to share it beyond that unless I come in here and change some settings for that meeting recording. All right, so use cases here again are anything that you, any lesson that you want to record, any instructions you want to give, anything that would be either as sophisticated as a full lecture, or it could be as short as just 30 seconds of instructions. If you just want to give instructions for something that you are assigning, you can do that this way as well. And what that does is you don't have to open some other different app. I normally do my screen. I'm doing this screen recording within PowerPoint. PowerPoint has a screen recorder, but I'm going to have to save that from PowerPoint into Stream and then put the link somewhere. Well, if I'm doing it right for this class, why not do the recording right here in Teams? And I don't have to go anywhere. I've already set up my Stream account for this class. Record here, it shows up right here. I don't need to move anything. But the other thing you can do is, particularly in that case that it is directions or a lecture that would be required to complete an assignment, keep in mind that when you create an assignment, you have the ability to add not only files or documents as resources, but you can add a web link as well. So if I took the sharing link from here and copied it, I can then add that as a link right here. And now my students will have this video to watch before they complete this assignment, which is based on the information within that video. Okay, so just one more way to utilize the meetings within Teams in a team that is set up for remote learning in a classroom.